times of refreshing, for restoration, according to the promise of the Father. Times of refreshing, for a great revival. Times of refreshing from the presence of the Lord. In spite of what Satan is planting all around, God has the master plan for the church here on earth. Aligning, abounding, abundant fruitfulness is God's expectation in this Rehoboth. Times of refreshing, for restoration, according to the promise of the Father. Times of refreshing, for a great revival. Times of refreshing from the presence of the Lord. These times of refreshing are meant to execute the feast of ingathering of God's end time harvest. Individuals, families, the church, and all nations shall all be affected by this refreshing. We are the rocks of His strength set out of Zion. As light we shall shine in the midst of